Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you one of the most incredible things that I have ever pulled off in my chess career. I played a blindfold chess game against none other than Anna Kramling. You may know her. She's a very, very popular chess content creator, and I even played against her mother, Pia Kramling, in the Battle of Generations late in 2024. But it wasn't just a blindfold chess game. I was blindfolded, and I only had 5 minutes to play the game. We played this game live on stage in Brussels, Belgium, in front of 600 roaring people. So in this video, I'm going to show you the game, and then I will break it down for you and do a deep dive analysis. And if you still haven't gotten a ticket and you're watching this in May of 2025, you have very limited time to join one of the future shows. We're having so much fun. Please come join us. And if you're watching in the future, maybe we'll have another Gotham tour someday again.
I was really regretting suggesting this idea. Fiona, will you move the pieces to the right squares?
I hope so.
Okay. Because it's
I'm more stressed about this than you.
Can I confess something? I was once playing a game like in a time travel setting. I had to make moves for my opponent, and I made a move to the wrong square. Luckily, I was still playing for a win, and I won, but that could have been much worse. So,
if I'm wrong, I'll try and rectify it to the best of my ability. I am so excited for this, honey.
Good luck.
Do you think you can beat me?
I don't know. If I don't, it'll be good content.
You need to understand, this is my moment. Like, I have never beaten him at chess, like, almost ever. It might be here in Brussels, and I will literally save this game for the rest of my life. This
Whoever wins the game gets to post the video.
Yes, deal.
There you go.
Not able to see anything already.
I think so. Oh.
Lucky, how many fingers do I have?
I don't know.
Yes.
Minimum 0 and up to 5.
Yes.
2.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh.
Not good?
Yes, let's make sure this doesn't fall.
Okay. So the time control for this is 5 plus 2. We will try not to flag.
Yeah.
Hello, Fiona.
Hello, nice to meet you over here.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let me take out this in your piece so I'm sure I hear you up and I have a game.
Good game, Fiona.
Okay,
It's not a good game yet.
hopefully it comes on.
Okay,
Right.
so where's the clock?
E4.
Oh.
Like, that's the move we play.
Okay. C5.
A3.
Have you prepared for this?
No, I just know you play this facility.
Oh, and you play the stupid wing gambit, don't you?
Yes.
Why do you play the wing gambit? Do not play the wing gambit if you watch that. It's the worst to face. Maybe you watch it. Okay. Let's go here. Sorry, now you please.
B4. And it cheated once against being blindfold.
I did not. You just called the video Anna Kramling cheated for no reason. Do you know the amount of people that say, Anna, how could you dare to cheat against Gotham Chess? I was like, it's clickbait, it's not easy. Okay, sorry, see these before.
A takes B4.
I don't know what's about to happen. It always goes wrong from here. This. Okay.
Take it out, please.
Oh, please, take it out.
So jet lag. I've
You're
been here 2 weeks.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an important moment. So here. Okay, so now what thing can I do that is not what I should do? Because I always do. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a weird move. I'm gonna go E5.
Okay. B5.
Knight E4.
C3.
Knight E6.
Knight F3.
B6.
You should have taken my pawn on B4, it would have been more fun. D4.
I didn't want it. I didn't know it would have been more fun.
It would have been really
It
fun.
would have been horrible.
For me.
That's the key word. Okay, now what? Why am I improvising in front of all of you?
Thousands of people in the crowd.
That
Make some noise!
Okay,
Queen C7?
uh-huh.
It's the accent that's confusing for people.
I'm just defending the home, Daddy.
Yeah, I know. Good move, I think. I don't know. Bishop D3. Is that correct? I don't know.
That's correct.
Knight f6.
Très bien. Castles. Sure.
I don't think there was another way.
Maybe I thought there was. I don't know.
Bishop e7.
There's a clock press?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't hear the clock press. That was very perplexed for a second. Rook e1.
I tried almost a minute on
Castles?
So far, so good.
Yes, Anna was talking. I do appreciate it. It's always tough in blindfold because you want to make good moves, but it's hard because you can't see. H3.
I love this. This is great. Okay. Bishop d7.
Yeah, makes sense. Bishop e3.
Okay. We're almost out of the hole, man. We're almost there. Now what? Now what? So much tension. Okay.
It's like you the quiet murmurs of the crowd.
Rook d8. Rook f8.
Okay. What does that do?
They tell me to move the rooks, Lovey. I'm moving my rooks.
They do that. Yes. Queen b3. I didn't hang up queen, right?
Not yet.
I was asking the audience that as well.
I think you'd hear it if you loved it.
Yeah. I would. Actually, like, they're gonna see maybe the bar or maybe not. I don't know.
No bar.
Not sure.
No, I'm excited.
And nobody knows what's happening.
Oh, please bring the bar. I would love it. Okay, knight h5.
Knight h5. Okay.
I have a plan.
Yeah. Knight bd2.
Okay. I get to fulfill my plan. Knight f4.
Which one? Thank you.
What's the
I
second?
said which one, but then they said H. It's very important. I'm blindfolded.
Sorry, let me have that.
Yes. Bishop c4.
What are you doing over there? Okay, I'm going to be aggressive. Yes. Okay, a6.
That's
It has the potential.
Okay.
It has the potential to be aggressive.
b6.
You see, you didn't want me to be aggressive. You're smoking it. So sad. Okay. Queen c8.
Are you sure?
What?
d3 c5.
Oh.
I can't see it, I promise.
No. Okay, I'll take back. Nothing happens.
No, I think something happens. Knight c5.
Now's the moment. Can we do something cool? I need this. Wait. This is a very tactical position, I mean.
I like the coughing, it's giving me signals. Yes. I don't think you can. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are ready.
Lappy, why did that pawn go away? You know, I thought you were going to take on a6 and then do some b7, but I just forgot about that pawn.
It is so hard to do this kind of talk. I just hope you know. I'm just happy to have made it this far. I'm a fun.
I'll stop a minute on the clock. We still have 2 minutes 50.
She?
1:40.
See, she's gonna get low on time and start playing fast.
Ah! Okay. Can I get help from the audience? I mean, what do I do? I want to call a friend. Oh, this night. What do you do with this night? And the other thing. Okay. This requires a moment. Okay. Alright, let's just go bishop to c5.
Bishop takes f4.
Knight takes f4. No, you're not sitting. You're not sitting.
It's about to get a lot better. Knight takes f7.
Okay, you know what? It's time here. It's time to do something.
So can I go here, here? Wait. Wait, is this racing? I guess you know which square she's looking at.
She's looking at bishop takes h3.
Am I?
I mean, God help you if you're looking at something else, but. Possible, yes.
Oh my, this is like, how do you feel this with like nothing?
My heart is actually racing.
Okay, you know what? I gotta do something. Bishop takes f2.
What?
I gotta do something.
I mean, I saw that move, I just thought it was terrible. King takes.
Okay, queen c5 check.
It's just a check, I don't know what
I'm
we're doing.
excited about my check, Labby. I want my check.
Okay.
Where are you
That's
going?
okay. Is the touch move verbally? Do I have to?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay. King f3. The knight is hanging, you know, I have to take the rook is hanging. Everything is hanging.
Everything is fine.
If there's anybody French here, I am so sorry. I'm subjecting me to this.
Okay,
Hmm?
let's just go work out fate.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was not so happy to see this move, to be honest. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't say yeah. King takes knight?
Is that a question or?
It's my move.
Okay.
Ooh.
Queen f2 check.
Yeah, and knight f3?
G5 check.
I want to take the f knight. Oh, they're both on f. Because then we are both hanging the king. Oh, this is a terrible game to play blindfolded, I have to tell you.
Yes!
How much time do we have?
1 minute 20.
1 minute 20. I want more time. Oh my goodness.
Make room, you get 2 seconds.
Yes. King, oh my goodness, this is terrible. King takes pawn.
Queen g3 check.
King h5.
There's no way you survive this.
Voilà. What? Jet skis.
Queen g6.
King h4.
I have 5 seconds.
Queen f6. King f6. King g3.
Go!
I'm running back. Yes.
No!
King g7. King h2.
Okay.
Yes.
Rook a8.
Oh goodness gracious. E5.
Queen g6.
Knight d6. Fork.
No!
No, it's not because your rook is on the
Rook
king.
c5.
Almost. How much time do we have?
45 seconds.
45. Okay. You said rook c5. Tough. E6.
Bishop c6.
E7.
Oh my, what? Okay, rook.
I'll take a queen in my hand.
Rook e8.
Knight takes rook.
Okay, bishop takes.
Rook e5.
Rook takes rook.
Knight takes rook.
Queen b6.
Queen d6. That was very tough to say, huh? Rook e1.
30 seconds.
Queen takes e7.
Queen d1.
Bishop e6.
Yeah, I was trying to, in my mind, I wanted to move my queen that way. And
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, I think I still have a pawn on c3. And the most embarrassing thing to do in a blindfold game is make an illegal move. Well, I said you were for it, but then I was like, wait, rook is not.
Listen, Callie, you did great. I flagged against the blindfolded. Another secret! Nobody counts this for anybody!
So, like I said in the introduction, that was definitely one of the more difficult things that I've ever had to do in my life. It's kind of funny, you know, when you're blindfolded and you're playing chess, at least when I'm playing chess, and I'm going to be talking a little bit quieter, it's a bit late here in the hotel. I don't want to wake up the neighbors, although they have been banging on the wall for like 5 minutes, so maybe they can hear me. When you play blindfold, generally you have like this, you know, you can see a board and then you see the pieces. When I started this game, I was fuzzy, you know, I couldn't really see too much. And so the reason that I played e4 is I actually knew Anna played the Sicilian. And I really wanted to play a system, which is the a3 Sicilian, that I know very well. And I know there's a lot of tricks and traps, and I would be familiar with the position that we got. So when she went for this, I was actually really happy because I was like, okay, we're going to trade. And if she takes the pawn, it can be very dangerous for black. Like if black takes this pawn, white plays c3 and then d4, and this is a really nice attacking position. I've played this position probably 300 times in my life. She went here though, which is the second best move. I mean, the computer doesn't think it's that good, but because it thinks that taking the pawn is better. But it's a very practical weapon because you just put your knight here, you just develop your pieces, etc. And, you know, I was actually kind of annoyed she didn't take because now I was going to get a very difficult game. It was going to be a very closed game. So I played d4, knight f6, and, you know, I was just kind of trying to make natural moves. Sort of funny here. She thought this pawn was hanging, but, you know, Anna was also taking a lot of time in the opening. I feel like she was trying to make some good content for the audience because we had agreed before the game, we shook hands before the game that the winner of the game would upload the YouTube video. So, you know, I appreciate her not just blitzing really quickly. And then I castled, right? And so from here, I was actually really, I was not too happy, to be completely honest. We both made a couple more natural moves. I put my rook in the middle. I thought this was a natural move, protecting my pawn, and then she castled. Here, I really didn't know what to do. Because it's a very aggressive system that I've played, which has a lot of attacking possibilities. But if I push my pawn to d5, this is really awful because she gets this hole to just sit in with the horse on the c5 square. And, you know, here I basically was like, well, I'm just going to have to make improving moves, right? Like that is what you do in a chess game. You know, you're not just going to like take a pawn just because this just opens the d file for her and opens the bishop for her. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to make improving moves. First of all, the move h3 can't be bad. Why is it a good move? Well, I'm never going to let her bishop go there. Also in the long run, right? Just improving move, getting off the back rank. And then I was like, I need to figure out how to develop these guys. She finished her development, and I really wanted to play knight bd2, but I can't, right, because the pawn is hanging. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go queen b3, and I'm going to play knight bd2, but I don't really want to play knight bd2 without moving my bishop to the e3 square. The computer also likes bishop a3 and threatening to take the pawn, which I got to be honest with you, I didn't see that while blindfolded. I did not see that bishop a3 had a threat. I just didn't think that the bishop on a3 made a lot of sense, which is why here I played bishop e3. And I wasn't thrilled. I've been saying that a lot in this breakdown because I was like, she has all the pieces on the board, which is a nightmare when you are blindfolded because you have to keep track of everything. Imagine like, look at this position and then close your eyes while you watch this video. Close your eyes now. I know they're still not closed. Now, where are all the pawns? Maybe you get a few e4, e5, but like, you know, it's not so simple. She went here, rook d8, and I went queen b3, which is going to finish my development. And again, now we've kind of reached a moment where both sides have their pieces out. What's next? I was going to go knight bd2, but Anna was the one that broke the symmetry first, kind of like not the symmetry, but, you know, basically both sides kind of just sitting there figuring out how to play. She went knight h5, trying to put something on the f4 square. But I realized even though knight f4 is a nice square, it's actually not so useful. And I realized because she wants to play the knight to f4, it would be really helpful for me to put pressure on the weak f7 pawn, which she had weakened by moving her rook. She wasn't able to move the other rook because the pawn on a7 was hanging. which is why I finished my development and then played the move bishop c4. With this move, I am setting up an x-ray, a little bit of x-ray pressure on the f7 pawn. And if her knight on e6 moves, I would take that pawn. So kind of my idea here was to take the knight. So if Anna played the move, let's say, it's actually hard to make a move, but let's say Anna just went here, I was going to take. Point is, she can't take with the knight now, and when she takes with the pawn, I now gain control over the entire center, and probably can very confidently just march forward. And I have very nice piece coordination. But then she went a6, and when she went a6, I went b6, and I thought she had to play queen b8 because she needed to defend the pawn on e5. But she went here. And this is the first moment of the game, which you probably saw from the video, where I was really confused. I was like, is she setting a trap, or did she just blunder a pawn, right? If I was playing Magnus, I would be terrified, right? So pawn takes e5, pawn takes e5, and knight takes e5. And I was very confident because now I opened up the center, right? d7 under pressure, f7 under pressure, f4 under pressure. And she went here. And I was like, okay, but she's not stopping what I want. Now, instructive moment here, very instructive moment. Many of you would play bishop takes f7 automatically. It's a check. Obviously, it has to be the right move. No. The threat is stronger than the execution. I am actually threatening the same check anywhere I move my knight, and the rook is hanging. The bigger threat is knight to d6, which straight up wins the queen. I'm actually very, very close to already totally knocking out the position. And she can't run to the corner here. So it's a very nice move. You kind of stay patient. And she went here. And when she played this move, I was like, oh, she's really going for the content. But I didn't get it, right? It's kind of a bluff. And there is a rule in chess. You have to have +2. That's what I say. 2 more attacking pieces than defenders. I was so happy I played this move. King to f3. King to f3. Attacking the knight, and her rook is still hanging. She went here, and I looked at the position and was like, I mean, I gotta go for it. It's a free piece. She went here, knight f3. I thought the game was over. I completely relaxed here. I was like, remember, I can't see the board. So I'm like, I'm up 2 knights. I'm totally winning. Out of nowhere comes g5. When this move happened, I almost crapped my pants. I'm not going to lie. I was like, bleh. Have you ever seen a position where 2 knights can take a pawn, but they are both pinned to the king? I've never seen this before. Neither one of my knights can take this. So here I had to really think, am I running my king this way, or am I going to take the pawn and allow queen g3 and almost get mated? When I first looked at this, I only saw king h6, queen g6 mate, and king f6. I'm getting mated here as well. There's no way I survived this. But then I was like, wait a minute. I run to the edge of the board, and in a complete miracle, her pieces can't get to my king. It's not possible. And at this point, I was like, okay, now we're winning. And when I went here, I was very happy she played this move because I saw my way back and I didn't even hesitate. I ran all the way back. What a legendary king f2, king f3, king f4, king g5, king h5, king h4, king g3, king h2. Completely not scripted. Totally not scripted. Okay. And then when she went here I called out something very embarrassing. Knight to d6. I thought this was a fork. I forgot that rook wasn't on e8. It was actually on the f8 square. But I was very happy here because I realized everything was protected. Perhaps the most difficult thing about this entire game, and then obviously I advanced my pawn. You know, she's not creating any threats when you're in a totally winning position. I'm looking at this now, and I hung a knight. I didn't even... Did I really hang that knight? I'm still blindfolded. It's still winning. But this was silly. Yeah, then I would just, move the king and then, play rook d1 and still be up a knight with a huge attack. But I was going to say when you have a winning position, you should, use your advantage. But I thought I did a nice job. And then obviously here Anna lost on time. But I hung a knight. I'm actually kind of annoyed. I literally discovered that while making this recap. This entire time I thought it was a completely perfect game. But it was, only like 94%. But I was super thrilled about this. And I mean, the event was amazing. The crowd was electric. And, the audience was really, really into it. So I hope you enjoyed, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. It was kind of cool to see how she maneuvered her knight to the edge of my my king side, and then I managed to take and kind of counterattack on the diagonal. So sort of an instructive back and forth. That's all I have for you today. And if you're watching this in May 2025, you might still consider getting a ticket to the tour because it's going to be a lot of fun. But if not, you know the drill. Get out of here.